Having a child with ADHD can affect the entire family. The person with the ADHD, the siblings, the parents, every single person in the home. Now, if you're a parent of a child with ADHD, then stick around because this YouTube video is for you. I want to invite you to go ahead and click that subscribe button today. Doing so will ensure you don't ever miss any of my videos. Now, let's dive in. Since Valentine's Day is this month, I thought it would be a good time to talk about some of the ways that ADHD affects the parents of the child. The hard truth is that ADHD in a child can destroy the relationship of the parents. I wish this wasn't the case, but I've seen it happen many, many times. Anytime there's a child with special needs of any sort, it adds an additional layer of stress to the family unit. And stress, if we're not careful, can really, really tear apart a family. So that's the bad news. But what's the good news? The good news is that there are steps we can take today to help manage this stress in a healthier way. Stick with me for the next few minutes because that's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm Dana Kate, an ADHD health and nutrition practitioner, and I work with families all across the USA, helping them to reduce ADHD symptoms naturally using food and other natural solutions. Now, because I work with so many parents of children with ADHD, I hear all the time about how the stress of parenting an ADHD child can really damage the relationship of the parents. So hopefully these tips can help. So tip number one, as a team, set clear house rules. If you and your partner set up the house rules together, there will be less opportunity for conflict to arise later on. Now, remember, even if you don't agree on everything as far as parenting goes, you are on the same team. It's really, really important to keep that in the front of your mind. Your partner might not agree with you about the strategies, but they are on the same team and likely have the same goals as you to have a happy, healthy, and peaceful family. Tip number two, have a consistent bedtime for your child. Having a consistent bedtime routine for a child with ADHD has many benefits. It helps the child for sure, but it also helps the parents. By having a consistent bedtime, parents are giving themselves time together as a couple on a regular basis. Tip number three is to prioritize time for you as a couple. Having a child with ADHD can be all-consuming. It can completely take over a family's life if we're not careful. One key way to keep your relationship with your partner strong is to prioritize it. Having that bedtime routine for your child helps, but there are other things you can do as well. Go on dates if possible. Take mini getaways if your schedule and finances allow. Have time each day for daily check-ins. Tip number four is listen first, always. There will be conflict in any relationship, but having a child with ADHD pretty much guarantees it. The key is to working through the conflict in healthy ways, and that is to listen first. There's an old saying that is worth repeating. We have two ears and only one mouth for a reason. I absolutely love that. Listen more, talk less. Such a simple thing to do, but so hard to do sometimes. Tip number five, make sure you are taking care of you as well. That saying, you can't pour from an empty cup, is very, very true. And unfortunately, when we aren't taking care of ourselves individually, it can lead to more stress in the home and conflict between the partners. So one of the best things you can do for your relationship with your spouse or partner is to take care of yourself. For many parents of kids with ADHD, self-care often falls to the bottom of the to-do list. I know because I'm a mum of a child with ADHD, and for years, I put myself last. I paid for that mistake too, with anxiety attacks, extreme exhaustion, and constant feelings of overwhelm. Finally, I learned how to better take care of myself. And when I did, my marriage, it also improved. So today and this week, be intentional about doing something that fills up your cup. It's not a selfish thing to do. It's actually a critical part of parenting a neurodiverse child. I hope these tips are helpful for your family. Remember, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Happy Valentine's Day to you and yours. Bye for now.